what is up? I'm Dan Toombs from ACE Solent, reporting live here from Las Vegas. So you can see here we are in the conference hall right now, and it is towards the end of the day. It is coming up to 20 to 7 in the evening, so we're right at the end of the day. But there is still loads going on, still lots of great conversations, and you'll be coming with me as we walk the floor in a little bit. But I just wanted to give you all an understanding of what we have done so far. So day one is or has been a community day for me. So this is also my first year as a community leader attending a team event. So really exciting, really enjoying it, and it's been a great time to see other community leaders and work with them on how we can better improve the ACE events that we bring all of you, how we can improve our community platform. And there's some great conversations, and I just want to share what we've seen so far. So, as I said, day one has been a community day. I've got to get my notes, so don't worry. Let me just pull up some photos so I make sure that I say the right stats for you all. Okay, so yes, day one, community day. We have heard that there is also some big news. I can't say it just yet. You will be able to hear it tomorrow, but there is some big news coming to the university platform, so Atlassian University, so stay tuned for my later vlogs this week, all about that. So that's really exciting stuff to come, and a little teaser. Atlassian have also been doubling down on the numbers of staff they've got in terms of the way that they can help the community grow. Their university team, so their education and the community team, continuing to grow. It's a big priority for Atlassian. So obviously that means not only can it help us deliver better content to you, but also you can go and get more things too. And just to put that into perspective of what we've been able to see, let me make sure I get the right photos. Okie dokie. So here's some pretty cool stuff actually about the online community growth. Okay, so let's start with online, and then I'll go to the events one. So online community has seen a 740% growth in the kudos program. So a bit like, where we can all share some cool things. Last year in the Like for Trees program that they did, they planted 73,000 trees, which is insane. And they also removed, or when the money went to that program, for £9,000 of plastic removed from the ocean. So every time that we're helping on the community, every time that you ask questions and we all get involved, we're making a real impact, which is awesome to see. In terms of the Atlassian community events, so the ACE Solent area and all around the world, we hosted last year 920 events, which has been pretty damn cool. We had 56,000 registrations, which is a 50% increase year on year, so it's pretty cool. And we also saw 24,000 attendees at those events. So we are growing. It's really nice to see that in numbers, actually, and I'm excited for the future that it brings. Okay, so that's enough about the community stuff. Okay, and not only was it community day for me, but it was also the opening keynote and the actual proper kickoff of Team24. So that was also exciting. This year's opening keynote was on AI. It's obviously a very hot topic right now, so that's why it matters. And Mike Cannon-Brookes interviewed Zani Minton-Bedoes, who is the editor-in-chief of The Economist, and Dr. Fei-Fei Li, who has basically spent her life working with AI, trying to find, new innovations and things like that. It was a really incredible talk, and it was refreshing to hear such amazing positivity, in terms of its uses and how it's going to fundamentally, kind of change the world. It wasn't, at all kind of fear-based. They spoke about fear. They spoke about the improvements that AI can bring, and yes, there will be change, but realistically, it's here to be embraced, and it's here to help us and really enable us to constantly improve. So yeah, it was a great talk. It will be online, so make sure to check out the recording because it's definitely a talk you don't want to miss. Okay, so before we walk the floor, there is just one more thing that I want to talk about, which is the plan for tomorrow. Yes, I will be doing one of these every single day, so stay tuned and don't get too bored of me, as long as my voice stays anyway. So, what is going to happen tomorrow? First thing that we have is the founders keynote, and that will be where Mike and Scott and other amazing people like Anu will be able to walk us through some of the amazing stuff coming into the Atlassian suite of products over the next year. So some amazing bits of technology. Definitely make sure you stay tuned for that, and obviously if you can, catch it live over on the online Team24. We also will be having some really great talks with some amazing marketplace vendors and solution partners, which they will be, I will try and get hold of, and I'll make sure that I can bring you all some amazing stuff. Rodney, the Jira guy, as I'm sure you all will know him better for, Daryl Lee, myself, and Tyler Wilson-Hume will be also bringing you a talk on automation and how to, again, leverage automation to make our lives awesome. So yeah, there's some amazing stuff coming up over the next 2 days, so definitely stay tuned. Okay, that's enough talk. Let's now go walk the floor. So I have just managed to corner one person. We've walked around the booth. So this is Chris Caro.
Yes.
Perfect. And you work for Atlassian. Do you mind just introducing yourself quickly?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. My name is Chris Caro. I'm a solutions engineer here at Atlassian on the Platinum team in America, since there's so many SEs at this point now. And this is my first team.
Oh, amazing. That's even good. So I want to ask you 3 very quick questions. And since this is your first team, that's even better. So first day here at Team24, what have you most enjoyed about today?
I probably enjoyed speaking with the customers the most. You know, like typically my meetings with customers are like scheduled. You have a set agenda. It's really cool and honestly fun to be able to just talk to people as they come up with different questions. I've had a couple people pull out their laptops and start asking for ideas. Okay. And so I've really enjoyed that.
Amazing. Okay, so we've got 2 more days. What are you hoping to hear and kind of get to know more?
Well, transparently, I was given access to some of the announcements that are open tomorrow.
Okay.
So I am super excited about those.
That's amazing.
From every product you can think of, as well as AI, that's going to be a big topic area.
Okay.
So I'm really interested to basically just hear the feedback and see the reception from our customers around all of those different announcements.
Amazing. That's really, really cool. Okay. And then finally, just one more then. So what have you learned today?
That is a tough question, to be honest. What did I learn? You know what? I just attended the AI keynote.
Yes.
Were you?
I managed to get into it. That was really good.
Super interesting. I think what was fascinating about it is it wasn't about necessarily Atlassian so much as just like exposing all of the different fear as well as like possibility to do with AI.
Yes.
Having like an intellectual conversation about it.
Yes, actually, and I loved both. Especially Fei Fei's kind of concept of AI, where she's done this for 24 years. Yeah. How kind of AI has grown, and it's an empowerment, not a fear base, and there was just a lot of positivity about it, I thought.
Yeah, our CEO, the way he broke it down, he was saying that there's like the creative, and then there's like the logistics or the technical. And I had never thought about it that way, right? No. It's like if you are creative enough to describe what you want AI to do, then we basically have reduced the gap in technical skills, whether that's Photoshop or coding. Heck, I mean, it could even be language-based, right? Yeah, to achieve some type of end result. Yeah. And so that made me kind of reflect on how I've been using AI day-to-day, and there's probably some improvements that could happen.
Yes, but I really liked that whole, like you say, it's reducing the time, so that stopgap. The education piece was also really interesting about, how can we now kind of, we've got access to so much knowledge, And again, our education system does stop really early. So how can we now make sure that we continue to grow and use it? So yeah, no, it's amazing.
The next couple of years will be super interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
New technological revolution.
Yes, and I'm even better because, like you said, there's some big announcements coming tomorrow for AI. So even more to look forward to on that. Anyway, thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah,
well, thanks for the time.
Okay, so I found another familiar face. Nice to see you again, Andy.
Nice to see you.
For those that may not have seen you at one of our previous events, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm the Director of Product Management at Haiku. We're an Atlassian Ventures company, and we're also a marketplace partner, and I'm very, very excited to be here.
Okay, awesome. So I want to ask you 3 really quick questions.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the obvious one. This is actually, I think, your
second.
This is your second team, of course it is. Right, okay, so what have you most enjoyed from today?
I think so. When we first did teams last year, it was our introduction into Atlassian world. The Atlassian community, we were babies, and we started building relationships and really understanding how to help our customers, but also our partners, our ACE leaders, even folks at Atlassian. And I think what I loved and been super excited about today is you get to see those faces and all these people that you've actually been collaborating with.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you can't walk 5 seconds without running into somebody you've worked with.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty beautiful thing. And I know we're just getting started, but I think that's my favorite piece of so many people that you've worked with together, all being able to chat in person. You can't replace that.
Amazing. Okay, so what have you learned from today?
I think what we learned today still is what we've noticed of the gray area in what do I do with my data? Am I responsible for it? Is Atlassian responsible? And people are really trying to understand exactly what they're trying to do. So that's been a very interesting thing to talk to customers from 100 users to 10,000 users. Yeah. It's kind of the same questions. So it's been very interesting. The other piece, though, is we've been going through Unleashed, Teams last year, High Velocity, and we're starting to see AI progress so much into real use cases that impact everyone on the agent side, on the robot side. Like, all these things have been really impressive. And what started off with what people might have thought was like an architecture is a real use case that we can all walk away now. Yeah. So my goal is to now go learn how to do all of that. Where's that data stored and get to it. But yeah, it's been amazing to see the growth on the AI side.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so final question. Team is a 3-day event. Obviously, we're in Vegas for an entire week, and we get to have all these amazing chats for a lot longer. But Team is a 3-day event. So we're on day 1. We're about to complete it. 2 more days. What are you hoping from the rest of the team?
Continue doing what we're doing today, which is continue meeting the partners that we love and are working so carefully with, meeting customers, and then be able to really have that conversation. We had a session today. We're going to be able to continue, but I also have a lot of homework to do tonight to rewatch all those sessions that were played out. I'm looking forward to hopefully surviving Vegas for a week, but for the most part, it's continuing these conversations with every single customer. We find a new use case, a new way to support, and that is just invaluable. You'll never be able to replace that elsewhere, but except for being at Teams, and I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, amazing. All right, well, thank you so much for your time, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.